Hey YouTube, hey Pokemon community. So this is Stargaze Mellow bringing you a guide or an intro to competitive Pokemon battling, if you want to put it. Now here I'm on the Smogon website. I'll leave this link in the description below the video, and let's hop right into the video. So anybody can take anything from this. If you're new to the game, you're just starting out the game, um, you've been playing for a while and you're stuck, you're at a certain point to where you're making doubles, you're making triples and switching, and this goes for any tier. I'm talking anywhere from OU down to PU, down to Little Cup to Monotype. It doesn't matter. Like, competitive Pokemon is competitive Pokemon. If you can learn one tier, you can incorporate what you learned in one tier and take it into another tier and just pay attention to the mon's typings and everything like that. So let's hop right into it. At the end of this video, I have a replay here versus fighting. I'm using steel, so we'll go into that at the end here. Alright, so here's just a little intro. Just stating, like, okay, so there's people that play the game, play the mainstream games and whatnot, but competitive battling is such an entirely different atmosphere. There's so many things that you can do with competitive battling that you can't do in the mainstream games. So, move mechanics, type effectiveness. A Pokemon's type and the type of moves it uses single biggest factor to determining how much damage it can give and take. Yeah, and then there's physical and there's special moves. This is really important. So you have physical attackers, you have special attackers. An example of a special move would be Flamethrower. It's a non-contact move, obviously. An example of a physical move would be like Close Combat from an Infernape or something, and that would be a contact move. And there you can tell the difference between the two because, well, okay, so like on your game cartridge, for instance, and even on Showdown, it has the little symbols. There will be kind of like a red with a yellow orangish star in the middle. Those are physical moves. Special is like purple with some circles, like little circles around it. Those are special moves. Alright, so nature's effort values and individual values. EVs are invisible numbers that can increase a Pokemon stat. Every 4 EV in a particular stat is equal to 1 point in that stat. Every Pokemon is capable of having a maximum of 510 and a maximum of 255 in each stat. So what you want to do is you want to take that Pokemon, you want to look at its base stats, and you want to put EVs onto that Pokemon that EVs onto that Pokemon that you like. Okay, so for instance, we'll take Greninja for instance. Greninja is a very good special attacker, very good solid sweeper. So like a lot of Greninjas would be ran 250 with 252 in special attack, 252 in speed, and 4 in defense or special defense. It depends on where you want it, really. The last four is really, I guess it's self. It's according to yourself, I guess. It's personal opinion, but then you'd run it timid because natures definitely matter as well. You have to pay attention to natures. You have to pay attention to what stat it increases and what stat it decreases. In this instance, a timid nature increases speed, but it decreases physical attacks. And with Greninja being a special attacker, that's perfect. Now let's move on to individual values. 2 untrained Pokemon of the same species with the same level of nature may still have slightly different stats. The reason behind it is that, okay, so IVs are invisible numbers that range from 0 to 300. That's really important to know. And 0 means that stat is lowest it can be, and 31 means it is perfect. So with that being said, you can have a 6 IV Pokemon. You can have 31 in each stat. That is a perfect Pokemon and a perfect IV Pokemon. And then from there, you'd go to your effort values, and then you'd put your effort values into your stats. So with that out of the way, Let's look at this. So, for those of you that played DS or whatever, you know, there are other simulators out there that you can, Pokemon Showdown being one. Huge shout out to them. I mean, none of what I do would be possible without them. It was Smogon itself. Smogon is really awesome. The competitive classes, the evasion class, moves that boost evasion are not allowed. 2 or more Pokemon in a team cannot be frozen at the same time. Sleep, 2 or more Pokemon in a team cannot be asleep. One-hit KO moves aren't allowed. Species, 2 or more of the same Pokemon are not allowed on the same team. Now that is their national dex number. So if they have the same national dex number, they cannot be on the same team. Item class. See, this differentiates with tiers. Let's go right into Smogon's tier basing. So we have Ubers. Now, other times, like Ubers is everything that isn't allowed in OU. So if something isn't allowed in OU, it's in Ubers. BL it's a non-competitive tier, and it's right in between OU and UU. Now those are Pokemon that do exceptionally well in UU, but just don't make the cut to say that they're in the OU tier, or don't have the viability or anything like that. Their viability is just not there. And then we have UU. Underused is right below OU, and anything UU is anything that can't be used in OU. It's considered to okay, it goes like this. Ubers is anything that can't be used in OU. OU is anything that can't be used in UU. BL and BL whatever. And then NU or UU is anything that can't be used, or NU is anything that can't be used in UU. Limbo is, well, I mean, I don't really pay attention to this. You guys can too. Okay, so this right here is really important. Common mistakes, where to go from here. Say you built a very strong team, you got your play style, you got a play style chose, and you don't know where to go from there. You've been playing here and there, you've been just practicing on your own. Well, prediction is one of the keys to a successful game, but it should not be heavily relied on. No one can predict with even close to perfect accuracy, and even a single misprediction often means that your Pokemon will be KO'd. So, in this game I'm about to show you now, I believe I end up making a lot of predictions and doubles, and I'll try to explain that as best as I can as I go. With that being said, let's hop right into it. So, like I said at the start of the IVs and EVs, these are all perfectly IV'd and EV'd. I can try to explain from there. So, team preview. Team preview is a huge thing to look at when you're going into a competitive battle. So, obviously, you can tell that I have well, I don't have the best matchup. So, with that being said, I expected him to lead the Cobalion or the Infernape as the lead, because Infernape can be a Sash Stealth Rock lead. Cobalion could be Volt Switch, Stealth Rock Taunt lead. But let's see where we lead off. I do believe that I want to say I lead Tran here. I might be wrong. I did. Okay, so I led Tran here, reading the Cobalion lead. Here I protect to see what he's going to do. So I protect on his close combat. I go right into Scarm here. Alright, yeah. And there, we really don't take that very well. That actually did a lot. I believe I fire off. Alright, yeah. I roofed up here. So I'm expecting a Volt Switch to come out here. I go right into the Pharaoh. Wait, he actually Thunder Waved. He taunted me, which I sort of saw coming. That was a very good play on his part, though. And then he keeps clicking T-Wave here. See, I don't want him to do that, because if I can have only one mon on my team T-Waved and it has to be this, that's fine. But from here, the taunt ends. He taunts again here. I go right out into Jirachi. Yep. And then I believe I have Heart Stamp on the set. Yeah, I Heart Stamp it to try to flinch it down. It didn't work. That didn't do near enough. So I'm actually Scarfrachi on this team, though. And then I go right back out into Ferrothorn, expecting the T-Wave to come out. Yeah. So then we taunt. See, once you guys start learning movesets and you start looking at what other Pokemon can do, you can start looking at what to do and what not to do with teams. So right here I go right into Celesteela because I'm AV. And the Secret Sword still does a decent 32. I might fire off just a Giga Drain here on his Cobalion. Oh, okay. Actually, I predicted the Cobalion. And I went for... See? Like that. That right there was perfect. So, he probably expected me to go for a Giga Drain or something of the sort. So, he went into the Cobalion because he resists the Giga Drain. Although, I expected him to go Cobalion, and then I went for a super effective hit with Earthquake. And then he goes right back out into Keldeo on my Ferrothorn. That was a very, very good double on his part. But I actually decided to get the damage off on this, which was pretty crucial. If I would have got Para there, it would have mattered a lot. Alright, and then I go into Scizor here on his Secret Sword. Yep. And he goes into Como. Yeah, and then I expected the Flamethrower there. He goes Protect. I believe he has Focus Blast. Yeah. And then from there I go right into the Ferrothorn. I decided to sack the Ferrothorn here, which now gives me a safe switch in. So I decided to go right into Jirachi, and you turned out, expecting the Cobalion to come out like it did on the last time. So I go right back out into Celesteela here. See, at this point, I was scouting for Volt Switch, but he obviously didn't have it. I just Flamethrowered there. And I get the special attack raise. It doesn't matter. He's going to Flare Blitz here. Oh, he close combated. Yeah. I'm actually happy. Yeah. Because then he probably expected me to go into Tran there. That's why I didn't do that. And then I believe I fire off a Brave Bird here. Yeah, I just want to get rid of this. And I actually come back to win this game. It was a very good game, though. Very, very good game. I go into the Tran on his... I think he misses. Oh, no, he autonomizes. Yeah, I believe he misses a few Focus Blasts here. Or I live one. Yeah. And then I hit the Magma Storm on him. And then I Protect a few times. I do believe I end up just sacking this, though. Alright, yeah. His defense drop there. I don't know why he went for Clanging Scales. That was actually really bad play on his part, because then I can just come right out with Scizor and I click BP. And I don't know what his thoughts were with Terrakion either, though. Because I go right out into Scizor here. Yeah, and then... Yep. And then I SD up. I actually end up U-turning out, I think. No. Thunder Waves. Ah, no. Okay, yeah. I just keep clicking BP after that. Because Iron Head isn't doing too much, and I break through the flinches and the para. So, yeah, he switches out into Terrakion here and just takes a BP to the face, which was actually a really bad play on his part because he could have dealt with Jirachi. I think, well, I had Iron Head, so Cobalion is really the only thing. Yeah, I ended up... I don't know why he didn't taunt me. There we go. And then I end up breaking through toward the end with the bullet punches, breaking through the para and everything, and winning that game. So... with that being said, just remember, guys, this game can be super fun, and it can be frustrating to learn, but just getting out there and doing it is half the battle. Getting out there and just battling and having fun with friends and just being able to do what you love to do. So, with this done, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that I put out today. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and leave a sub, and I will leave this link in the description below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. and expect more content coming up. Later.